Just wanted to make a quick video on how to polish your boots for the new cadets in our program. So for the materials that you'll need, I have the Parade Gloss from Kiwi. They make this and they sell it at CVS. And then you also want a brush. I use just an old toothbrush, and that's to get all the cracks and crevices that you'll need to brush in between, and also along this the creases on your boot. You also need a heating element. So traditionally you can use a lighter, but I like to get a little modern approach and use a heat gun. And I use an old sock, just any old sock will be fine, and then cotton balls for good fine shine or good finish. So this will be the last thing that you'll use. And then I also use this. It's a easy shine for quick touch up, before the meetings or anything like that. So we first want to start off with our polish. You want to heat it up. And why you want to heat it up is because the polish sticks better to your boot when it's heated. So you want to, I'm using a traditional approach, but I like using my heat gun, and this should light up in flames. Just give me a quick second, guys. Let's just use this. So what this heat gun does is exactly what the lighter does. It just disperses all that heat, makes it liquidy. Let's turn this off. And as soon as you get enough polish all melted up, you're gonna start your base layer. And basically, you're gonna use your old sock or your cloth, and you're gonna wrap. You're gonna have one or two fingers and just wrap it around, nice and tight. And you're gonna get some polish. Don't burn yourselves. And so I like to start off with the toe first. Kind of just rub right at that in right there. You want to get all the surface of the boot. If your boot's actually too squishy, I just get like a water bottle and just stick it right into my boot. So it makes that kind of firm, and put some strength right in there. And you want to polish in small circles, just like this. I like to focus on the toe because that is the first thing that you'll see on this boot. And as soon as you get all the surface area, it's going to look all dull, just like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to do the same. You're going to heat that up and make it shiny. So if you can see this polish, see how it's very shiny, just like that. It's because it's been heated. The surface has been heated. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to have that shine on the surface of your boot. Keep in mind this does stain your hands, so I'd maybe wear a glove or whatever you guys want. I don't really care though. And as soon as you get your base layer going on, I do some small circles to heat up, and you can see it starts to shine a little bit. Now you don't want to heat it up too much because then you're going to burn the leather on your boot. See that pretty good? Yeah. Now this is pretty good so far. Now keep in mind this is going to be the first layer that you're going to put in, and I typically do 3. And then so the next step you want to do is you want to get all the small cracks and crevices with your toothbrush. So do the same thing. You're going to grab your polish, rub it right in there. If you have too much, you can wipe it back on. And then you're going to get to some of these laces right here. So I go all around. There's a little black rubber piece that goes onto your boot. You want to protect that, so that's why you go all around. There we go. And then sometimes I go up to the toe area. If there's like really deep scratches right in there, I use the toothbrush to really scrub in the polish inside the tiny holes in there. And then I also do the creases too, just a little bit, because you want to get all that polish inside there. And then you want to have it cool down. It's a little warm right now, but you want the polish to cool down so it can soak into the leather. So I'm going to make some more circles. Get your finger. Make sure it's nice and even. You don't want clumps of polish, because once you melt that, it just makes a big blob. So you don't want big clumps of polish. You just want to rub all that stuff in there nice and even. So we started off just reviewing. We started off with the base layer, which I have here, and then I call this the deep polish, which is you get all the cracks and the scuffs with your toothbrush, and then you even it all out. So that's the second part, and that's what I call my deep polish. And then the next step is going to be the fine shine, and that's where the cotton balls are going to come in very last. So your boot is going to look dull, and this is a boot that I've previously done. It will look like just like that. Keep in mind I haven't polished this one yet, but I think it's a pretty good shine right there. I used this a couple times already. Keep in mind, the water ball's still in there, so it's nice and firm. I can press as hard as I want. Now that it's cooled down to the touch, I'm going to start my heat gun again. And I'm also going to go into the rubber piece surrounding the boot. Just in and around. And then I'm going to focus on the top. Doing some circles. Keep in mind this heat gun does speed up the process for the heating, because if I use my lighter, it's going to be the same thing. You're using the radiant heat to heat up the polish to melt. You go in with the leather, but it's just a much slower process. You're just doing some circles and circles and circles, but if that's all you have, I mean, use it. Again, I'm not melting it too much at the point where I'm burning the leather. And there's different techniques and methods to shining your boot. There's traditional, there's spit shine, and what I like to call is like experience, where you just mix up different methods of shining. Now, with spit shine, you're using some like lubricant for the cotton balls that I like to use. It's heating up a little more so it can soak in more. Hey, you do want to cool this down, so it'll take a little bit. But I'll show you on the boot that's already polished. You're going to use your spit or some water. You don't have to use spit, but I don't have water available to me. Maybe I do. So I'm going to put it on the container the lid of my polish. And then I'm going to use the cotton balls to soak in some water so it won't scratch up your polish that you work so hard to put on. And this, keep in mind, this is the new boot that's already shined. So once this boot is already cooled down and you heat it up, and it'll look a little foggy. And then this is what you're going to do. You're just going to polish that boot to shine, to make it look like a black mirror. Let's see if this one's all. So you'll see the polish, it looks dull, kind of white, and then watch as it kind of rubs off. Now I think I took maybe about, would you say 10 minutes? Yeah, probably 10 minutes polishing. And you can do as many layers as you want, just like how I'd done previously. I would usually just do about 3. Just base layer, heat, let it cool down. Then I have my deep polish, you know, get the cracks and crevices, heat it up. And then my fine shine, which I'm doing right here. That's why I'm using the cotton balls. But then you can go back and put some polish where maybe you miss. Like there's a ding in here, so I like to put a little extra. Heat it up, cool it down. Now you never want to do it when it's heated up, because I'll just show you. When you're, doing the circles and stuff, now you're just rubbing off the polish that you just put on. So it's not going to do you any good if it's not cooled down, because when you heat up, you're just going to rub off the polish that you just put on. So it's important to have the polish cool down before you start rubbing it in, because you're just going to rub it straight off. And I'll do a couple more layers before I go into any cadet pro meetings, but as the basics of how to shine your boot, and I think it looks pretty good.